Hey everybody, welcome to my channel. In this video, what we're gonna do, I have my cousin Tim. He's gonna be helping us. In this video, what we're gonna do is we're gonna go over how to hold pads. And also in this video, we're gonna show you a basic exercise drill that you can do with pads that you can do as a beginner all the way to advanced. Okay?
Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Yes, listen to the voice of omnipotent. Can you help me with that word?
Omnipotent.
Voice. We'll fix that. Okay, so first things first, to hold pads, what you want to do is you want to keep your shoulder in, elbow, right?
Yeah.
And when you feed it, you want to shift and use your hip. So like for example, if my cousin's going to throw what's called a cross punch, I'm going to hold it like this, and as he punches, I'm going to lean into it. Okay? So watch. Boom. Now, you don't want to swing down, right? And remember that, this is a key thing, because swinging down, I may time it wrong. Boom, bad. Okay? So, you shift your hip, you keep your elbow tight, and you want to keep your shoulder in so you don't injure your shoulder.
Like and subscribe.
So again, watch, punch.
Like and subscribe.
Same thing with the jab. Same thing, I just shoot it. I rotate my hip. So it's all in the hips. Okay? That's what punches.
Yeah, just make sure you're using your whole body and not just your arms. That way you have more resistance and you'll be safer that way too.
Yeah, and you want to make you want to elbows in, not out. Don't flare your elbows like this. Do not feed like this. This is gonna hurt you in the long run. So that's how you feed punches. Feeding kicks. For round kick, you bring it to your elbows in and you lean in downwards to give a little resistance to the kick. Again, you don't want to push down with your elbows, because if I did that, it's a bad day. Okay? So elbows in, tight, and when he kicks, I lean into it just a little bit. Go. Boom. Okay, that's for round kick. All right? And now to feed hooks and uppercuts, all those other punches, same thing. Just keep your elbow in and just use your hip. So if he throws a hook punch, I turn my hip into it. Uppercut. Uppercut. Okay? Just all that motions. And then finally, for teach side kicks, if you guys work side kicks, is I like to cross my arm, hold my pads like this. So I got a buffer. Okay? And when they kick, I just brace. Okay?
Just make sure there's no space when you're holding that you can hold that for side kicks and front kicks and front forward kicks basically.
Yeah.
And just make sure it's tight. If there's any space, you'll snap back and you can really hurt yourself. So just be careful of that.
All right. This next part, we're going to show you a basic drill that you can do as a feeder. There's not a whole lot of elaborate patterns. It's something that's basic. So so one thing is pretty simple, like for like a beginner, and you can move this up to advanced, is that like basically it's simple. If I hold like this, he does a jab. Hold like this, he does a cross. If I do this, he does a hook. If I do this, he does a hook. If I do this, he does an uppercut. Does an uppercut. And if you notice, it's cross arms. So if I hold my right arm, he's going to attack with his right arm. If I hold my left arm, he attacks with his left arm. It pretty much rolls that whole routine. So our arms are connected, right? Once you get comfortable with that, you can use that as a coach to fine-tune your partner and their technique. If he punches, it could be like, keep the hand up, turn the hip. Again, give me 5. 1, 2, 2, and so on forth, right? And then, then you can teach people how to string things together. Let's do the jabs, cross. And you tell them, you can talk to them. Ready? Jab, cross. So they can string them together. Okay? Now, there's 2 ways you can do it. You can just do it for just technique. Or you can do like, what I like to do is just straight power, as hard as you can. 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 And so and such. Anything you want to add? Or?
Relax and keep the brain going. You want to keep your partner brain fresh while you do this.
So one thing, to teach your martial artist combos or practice combos, or in this case you want to make them tired, you can actually teach them you can teach them this, like guards up. You could put things together. Cross, hook, cross, switch around, right? So now, what we say is when I hold this up, he's going to trigger that whole thing. So you can do it that way too, and then you can mix it up. All right, now when I hold it this way, So you could give like two. Sorry, yeah, you could give two counters. Make sure you always communicate. You want to get two. You could give two signals. Like this is one signal for that combo, and then if I go like this, it's jab, cross, round, boom. So now he has like two sets. So we move around, we circle, boom, or boom. Okay, and then that's two signals, and then we can add a third one depending on how good their memory is. Could be side kick, boom. Okay, so now we have 3 routines that you could piece together. Be creative as you want. This is something that you could work with your partner. You don't have to go fast with it. You could actually build up to it. Like we could, for example, the last one, I could side kick, cross, hook, cross, round. Okay, again, side kick, cross, hook, cross, round. And then you see we go faster. Okay, so now he knows that routine, and then he has the other one. Boom, and then this one. Okay, and then you just flow through those 3. You can make it as advanced as you want or as simple as you want it.
Yeah, if this is your first time doing it, I would start off with less combinations than more. It can get a little confusing.
Just basic techniques. Like for example, for a beginner, you know, and it'll look like this.
Jab, cross.
Like that, stringing techniques together, and then maybe we could try to do 3 techniques. And he just follows what I feed him. You go at that pace for a beginner. Okay? And then the final thing that I want to say for feeding pads is you also want to, like we have limited space here to work, but you want to practice that footwork. So is the person who's hitting pads is their responsibility to make space, and you let them know. So if I step forward, he has to adjust his space. If I move over this way, he has to make those micro adjustments to shuffle in, okay? And they're responsible for gauging distance. I mean, as a feeder, you're responsible too, because if you do it wrong, you're gonna get hurt. So obviously you wanna make sure you got right distance.
Yeah.
But the purpose of pads is for them to practice striking a moving target as well.
Yeah, and as a feeder, it's your responsibility to look out for the surrounding areas because your fighter is going to be moving and focusing on the pad work.
Yeah.
Make sure if you are in limited space to not push the person hitting into the wall or something like that. They can hurt themselves, so just be careful.
Right. Well, thank you so much for watching. Yeah.
And like and subscribe.
Yes. Like and subscribe. Thank you so
Shoot
much.
that man.